Um, Hello, trade pros, and good morning. Welcome to our morning market update for this beautiful December 1st. It's a new month. I can't believe it's December already. Um, December started a bit odd for me. I just woke up 6 minutes ago. Luckily, though, last night I actually put the morning market update together and I was ready to go today, but I don't know, for some reason my alarm clock didn't go off, so I had to rush here and make it, but it all worked out. Everything turned out perfect, and it's going to be great nonetheless. So happy December for you. It's the first day of the last month of the year. Yesterday, or not yesterday, but rather on Friday, we had the last day of the prior month, and we had some quarter end or month end action rather on the tape that was kind of happening during the holiday shortened week, and also a big outage at the CME at Chicago Mercantile Exchange due to a cooling issue. So there was some at around 8:30 on Friday of last week. There was some issues with the server, the towers, and the cooling process. So that was something that kind of caught the market off guard in a holiday shortened week. I think as we were watching it yesterday on the news with my wife, she goes, "Somebody's getting fired," and she's right. Somebody's probably getting fired over that. So here's the big picture for the week ahead. It's a huge macro week for the United States. We're going to have some Fed chair speculation. The next Fed chair, Jerome Powell's term, ends in May of 2026. So it's ramping up on who's going to replace him. And Donald Trump says, or Treasury Secretary Hassett says that Donald Trump is going to pick somebody before Christmas. So things are starting to escalate. We don't have too much time before Christmas. So we're going to find out who the next share is potentially soon. So speculation on that. We also have ISM Manufacturing and Services and Friday's PCE report. All right. Man, my voice is raspy, guys. I probably shouldn't have done this update, but I love you guys a lot, and I don't want to miss one. And I think being here for you is important, even if it's in this form. So excuse my appearance and voice. I don't know why, but it's going. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Love you. I told them you said somebody's getting fired over the CME. Remember watch this? Yeah, somebody's getting fired. Minimum one person, maybe the whole team. Oh, that hit the spot. That's so good. Oh, amazing. Okay, so Fed chair incoming. Markets are watching very closely. All right. Treasury Secretary Bissett says Trump is going to name a new Fed chair before Christmas. The short list is Hassett, NEC Director Hassett, Warish Ryder, who's with BlackRock currently, and Fed members Waller and Bowman. All right. So if Hassett is the front runner, he's a very dovish selection, which means there's going to be more rate cuts. All right. There's going to be more stimulation, more support for the economy through those two avenues. And this is kind of what Trump's been critical of about the Fed to begin with. So Hassett would be a good natural pick to lead the Fed. He'd be a dovish leader, unlike Jerome Powell, who's kind of a little bit neutral and slightly more hawkish. Okay, White House said that the leak that he was the top candidate was incorrect. All right, if he's appointed, it'd be more dovish. So look for that. The reason I'm covering it so much in today's morning market update is if this news hits or change or comes in on the tape, you want to be prepared for it, all right? Because it can be a really big market mover. Second thing for the week is the USM ISM Manufacturing. That is today. All right, we're gonna see that at 10 a.m. at the top of the hour, 9:45 as well. It's gonna show manufacturing PMI, new orders, and a plethora of other data. So now that the government shutdown is over, you are going to start seeing some new information coming in to the market. So ISM manufacturing is today. All right, ISM services is happening on Wednesday. Eurozone inflation comes out on Thursday. And the big one of the week is Friday in the United States, the PCE. Okay, we're going to see the delayed September PCE report, which include components from CPI and PPE, which is a very big inflationary reading indicator. And the expectation is for a drop in annual inflation slightly. So the inflation report, the PCE, is the one that the Federal Reserve uses in their meeting. So we're going to get that this Friday before their meeting happens with the Federal Reserve. next week. Okay. So the takeaway for traders, guys, we have a Fed chair pick discussion and rumors. We have ISM on today, and then we have PCE on Friday. That's going to be the week ahead, and markets are going to start to see some of these news reports impact them. So we ended last week. We ended the holiday shortened week last week for Thanksgiving. We're starting kind of the last month of the year. This is where we expect to see the Christmas rally. And everyone wants to know, is there going to be a Christmas rally where Santa Claus show up to the market? Well, I don't know. But it sure did look bullish going into the close Friday. And it's looking a little more labored to start the month. So let's turn around and look at the charts. You guys noticed what I got for Black Friday. It's very evident. Really big second monitor up there. It's not running at the perfect resolution yet. You know, when you buy something like that, technology, you always think it's the one thing you need, and then it turns out you need an active monitor card. You need this, you need that. So, you know, I had to Amazon it. I'm waiting for it. But, yeah, that top monitor, it's basically the same with the bottom. And I thought it would just, I'm like, I need a little bit more screen space. So I bought a 45-inch monitor. It turns out it might be too much, but let's turn around. Let's talk about some markets and stuff. I did enjoy it. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, King Kong. Marco, good morning. And yeah, let me turn the camera here. All right, S&P 500. I don't have the call walls for you today. I'll be honest with you, like the first 8 minutes of this, I know it's 9:09. The first 8 minutes of this, I was just still waking up. My alarm went off. Like, it didn't even go off. I actually just woke up naturally. No, my wife woke me up saying, "Oh my gosh, alarms didn't go off. Hurry up, you got a morning market update." So I'm here for you, but mentally I'm still trying to warm up. So here's that. I didn't do the call walls. That's what I'm trying to tell you, the option stuff. So these two things are inaccurate, but I'll update them for the trading room. All right, we have time. And okay, here we go. So S&P 500, really big rally going into kind of the last few days and last week. It almost put us green for the month. All right. But in fact, we're not green for the month. So the prior day cash close, or the Friday session, was 68.57. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I just want you to know what kind of move we're coming off of. So we had structure that looked bearish with lower lows, okay, lower highs. You could see that here. All right, equal low, lower low. But officially breaking the 6780 and 6800 level, this little section here, officially kind of invalidates this bearish trend, at least from a structural standpoint of the market. Can it come down and just wipe everybody out and just laugh at you and kick you in the, you know what? It can. It sure can. I'm not one to ever pretend that the market can't do anything that I don't think it's going to, or that I don't say is going to happen. It's like, that's the reality of this whole situation. It could do anything, but it would be more of an outlier, and we would still be prepared for it from a trading perspective. So at the moment, it's bullish, but we are getting overnight pullback to the price action. So the big question is going to be then on this open, you know, is this overnight price action going to be sold into for lower areas, or is this pullback overnight going to be bought for a rally upward? I'm on the bullish camp. I think we're going to continue upward from this area. And the good news is 6,800 to like the 6,808 is actually a really big support area and support zone. So we're already at support. We're not trading 50 points higher waiting for it to come down. We got a good platform, good support base, good area right now to start building this upside momentum into. So for me, what I'm looking for is a little bit of a pullback. And that area would be there. Hang on. Let me just delete all these. I don't need tools. I don't need these boxes here because these boxes get generated from the daily momentum. But control. All right, there we go. So yeah, where's a nice area? I don't know. I like it just slightly lower, not too much lower. It doesn't have to get all the way down to 6,800, but these like 8s to 12s would be a pretty good long area. And then obviously as well for me, I'm a big believer of order flow. Some people believe I have to get my area and then I have to buy it. I think that in today's market, waiting for your area, quote unquote, is so arbitrary. Like So what? You like that area. The market doesn't care what you like. All right. You barely care what you like. The market cares even less. So I'm not a big fan of picking areas before they come and getting into them. I'd like to see what I call the real-time area. And that real-time area is formed by order flow. So the level that's going to work as the biggest support, it's not possible to know that yet because the auction hasn't happened. That's kind of my philosophy. Let the auction happen. You're going to get a reveal, meaning you're going to find out where the most important information is that you need. When you get the reveal, then just find your high opportunity, low risk entry into the reveal of the new information. But you can't seek that information yet because it's not out yet. But yes, 8 to 12, it kind of seems like it's in nowhere, but I like it because there's a lot of buy delta in the book. Now let's see what the order flow level brings us for today, because that really at the end of the day is going to be where things are at. All right, really quickly, let's look at some news overnight. Amazon and Visa to make agentic commerce solutions available in AWS. That's not really big news. Let's see what the week ahead. ISM manufacturing data. Yeah, we know that. It's on the calendar for... I'm looking up at my calendar here. The monitor is so high up. Okay, 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. we have ISM. 9:45 we have S&P Global Manufacturing PMI. So that's kind of stuff going on. Oh, pardon me. Option flow. Nothing yet. Nothing today. Last trades are November 28th. This is like really high volume options. We had 30,000 options on SPY. It was a 683 put sweep. And what else? We had another one, 32,000 on SPY. Another put sweep at 683. So it's going to be interesting to see today's session. I think going into the Friday was people are just preparing for a holiday and a holiday shortened week. And I think people just delayed the decision of which way we're going to go from here. Will we crack new all-time highs? We're certainly closer now, or sell off. And I think people didn't need to have an answer because it's like, look, I'm going to just have a good long weekend, spend time with my family, and then move on. I think today's kind of decision day. It's decision height. So we're going to watch today's session, and this is what I'm looking for, 68.8 to 68.12 on the support side. And let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to head on over to trading room. You do still have a chance for the rest of the day. I know it says Black Friday. I'm going to change that here effective today. All right, but you do still have a chance to come on in and join us and get 30% off for what is now Cyber Monday. And there we go. We changed it. So Black Friday sale is going to be over as the end of today. It's the last chance, the last opportunity. I encourage you to check it out if you haven't already. We got great stuff going on. Great chance to get either the course and or the trading room. And if you get both, you can get 30% off the bundle, the sum total of the package that you built. So we'll see you in the community. I love you guys so much. Thanks for putting up with me with the morning market update. And of course, right as I'm about to end it is when I kind of would say I've got back to my senses. So yeah, bit of a rough one this morning. We're going to push through. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be prepared and the alarm clock will go off and I'll have time to get ready. Take care. I love you all. Have a great day. Bye.